At Buckeye Bloomstead, we talk a lot about sunshine, rich soil, and hearty harvests. But today's video takes us down a different path, into the quiet, cool corners of the garden, the ones often overlooked, shaded by trees, fences, or nearby buildings. Places many would call problem spots. But here's the truth. Gardening doesn't always happen under perfect skies, and it shouldn't have to. That's why this video may be a little different than what we usually share. As our channel grows, we're opening the garden gate to more than just the typical how-to. We're building a library of knowledge, from homesteading wisdom and food preservation, to herbal remedies, cooking from scratch, and creating beauty in overlooked places, including shady patches where many think nothing will grow. So if you've got a north-facing yard, a big old tree that blocks your sun, or a narrow patio that only gets a few hours of light, don't worry. You're not out of luck. You're just ready to discover a new side of gardening. In this video, we'll walk through 15 perfect vegetables you can grow in the shade. And before you ask, no, this list isn't in any particular order. It's also not the only list. There are many plants that grow well with limited light, but we've picked these because they're productive, resilient, and perfect for beginner and seasoned gardeners alike. Oh, and by the way, make sure to watch until the end because we've included a special bonus section with a few helpful tips to help you maximize your success in those shady spots. So pull up a chair, grab a notepad, and get ready to transform that shady corner into your next harvest haven. Before we dig in, let's talk about shade. There's light shade, partial shade, and full shade. Most of what we're talking about today falls under partial shade, areas that get around 2 to 6 hours of sun per day, usually dappled through trees or shaded by buildings. Full shade, that's a bit more challenging. But partial shade, well, that's where the magic happens. Let's kick off with our first vegetable, spinach. Tender, leafy, and nutrient-rich. This green doesn't care for sweltering heat, making it a perfect choice for your shady beds. Plant it from seed directly or start it indoors. It may take a couple of weeks to germinate, so be patient. Keep it moist and cool, and you'll be harvesting vibrant leaves in no time. Next up, Swiss chard. Bright stems, bold leaves, and a taste that rivals any leafy green. Swiss chard isn't picky. It loves cooler temperatures and grows slowly but steadily in the shade. Here's a tip. Chard seeds are actually clusters, so expect multiple seedlings from a single spot. Whether rainbow, ruby red, or golden, chard adds a punch of color to both plate and garden. This next one is a garden staple, lettuce. From butterhead to leaf to romaine, lettuce grows exceptionally well in partial shade. In fact, those cooler conditions help prevent bolting. Start seeds indoors and transplant them for best results. Just know that growth may be slower, but leaves will be tender and bursting with flavor. Our next one on the list is a duo, endive and escarole. A bit bitter? Maybe, but packed with nutrients and texture. These underrated greens thrive in cooler, low-light conditions. Start them indoors, they're slow germinators, and transplant once established. Add them to mixed salads for a touch of boldness. Coming in at number 6, peas. A classic cool season crop, peas do just fine in the shade, especially in warmer climates where partial shade can help extend the harvest. Give them a trellis to climb and keep the soil consistently moist. They'll reward you with sweet, crunchy pods and maybe a few moments of garden snacking joy. This next one is fast and forgiving, radishes, perfect for beginners and shady spots alike. While they might take a bit longer in low light, they still bulb up and thrive. Try a variety, watermelon, French breakfast, daikon. Add to salads, roast them, or even pickle. A versatile root grown in the shadows. Number 8 may surprise you. Potatoes. Though they prefer full sun, they're surprisingly shade-tolerant, especially if you harvest them as new potatoes before they size up. Plant in trenches or bags, keep soil cool and moist, and harvest once flowers appear. A perfect low-effort crop for tucked-away corners. Let's talk tomatoes, specifically determinate bush-style varieties. While tomatoes love the sun, compact types like Glacier or Siberian can manage in part shade. Give them the sunniest shaded spot you have, and don't expect giant yields. But a few homegrown tomatoes, worth every leaf. If you're enjoying this video so far, we'd love your support. Give us a like, drop a comment below, or share this video with a fellow gardener who might be struggling with growing vegetables in shade. It really helps more than you know. Next on the list, bush beans. Another warm season plant that tolerates part shade better than expected. You may see slower growth, but you'll still get tender, delicious pods. Try growing them in containers or vertical systems if space is tight. Rotate for sunlight and let nature take it from there. Number 11 is basil. While basil thrives in sun, varieties like African blue, holy basil, and Thai basil grow well in shade, especially ornamental or perennial types. Add to that cilantro, parsley, and mint, and your shade garden becomes a culinary corner filled with fragrance and flavor. Speaking of which, this next entry, cilantro and parsley, deserves a segment of its own. Shade helps cilantro avoid bolting, letting it last longer in the garden. Parsley grows more slowly in cooler spots, but remains lush and nutritious. Harvest leaves frequently to encourage new growth and enjoy a continuous supply. Lucky number 13, green onions. While bulb onions need sun, green onions are perfectly content in shade. They're shallow-rooted and regrow quickly from sets or even kitchen scraps. Chop them fresh for soups, salads, or garnishes, all from a shady patch of soil. Almost at the end now, beets, but just the greens. While beet roots need sun to form properly, you can absolutely grow them in shade for their tender, tasty leaves. Harvest young leaves regularly, and they'll keep producing throughout the season. And to wrap up our list, arugula. Peppery, punchy, and a fast grower, arugula thrives in cool, shaded conditions. It bolts quickly in heat, but in partial shade, it stays mild and productive. So often, harvest young and enjoy this underrated green in salads, sandwiches, or even pesto. And there you have it, 15 vegetables that prove even the shadiest parts of your garden can yield a delicious, nutritious harvest. Maybe you have just a few hours of dappled light. Maybe a large tree casts its shadow over half your plot. Or maybe you've been told nothing will grow in that little corner of yours. But now you know better. With a little planning, the right plant choices, and just a touch of patience, shade gardens can be some of the most rewarding spaces to tend. They're cooler, calmer, and often a haven for those plants that just don't want to be scorched by the sun. But before we wrap up, let's add a little bonus to help you make the most of that shady space. Now here is that bonus tip we promised you, how to maximize shady garden yields. Don't let the lower light fool you. There are ways to boost production in shady spaces. Try painting nearby walls or fences a bright white or light pastel color. These reflect natural light into your garden, giving your plants more usable light throughout the day. You can also use reflective mulch, mirrors, or even lightweight foil panels to bounce light around. Keep in mind that shade gardens often hold more moisture, which means you'll likely water less frequently, another hidden benefit. And if possible, prune overhanging trees or shrubs just a little to let a few more rays of sunshine peek through. Container gardening is also a wonderful option. Move pots around to chase the light, or grow in elevated planters and vertical systems where space is limited. Remember, your garden doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to grow with you. If you found this video helpful, inspiring, or just plain interesting, please give it a thumbs up. It helps our little channel reach more gardeners like you. And if you haven't already, we'd love to have you subscribe to Buckeye Bloomstead. Our community is growing every day, and together, we're building a space for learning, sharing, and digging deep into all things homesteading, gardening, and beyond. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know your favorite shade-loving vegetable or a new one you're excited to try. And if you're ready to keep learning, be sure to check out our video, Spring Starts Now, your complete guide to winter garden prep. It's packed with tips to help you get a jump start on the season. Until next time, grow where you're planted and bloom where you can. Thank you for being here today with us on Buckeye Bloomstead.